Hey there, it's Coach Shay, and welcome back to another episode of the Pep Talk Rally Show. This is actually a bonus episode, all right? And today we're diving into something I think we've all felt at some point in our lives. Those moments where silence feels safer than speaking up. Listen, have you ever been in a situation where you've held back your truth because it just felt like it was just too much? Like maybe you didn't want to rock the boat, stir up emotions, or face rejection. But I want you to know something today. You're not alone, friend. Sometimes silence does feel safer. But is it really helping us, or is it really holding us back? So let's be real. Silence can be a great tool. In moments of reflection, when you need to pause, gather your thoughts, or even connect with your inner self, silence is golden. All right? It's in those moments of stillness that we often hear our truest voice. And that's a beautiful thing. But what happens when silence becomes our go-to response out of fear? Fear of judgment, fear of conflict, fear of simply being misunderstood if we're being honest, right? In those cases, silence can feel like a shield, but in reality, it's just a wall that keeps us from expressing our true selves. And that wall, it can start to feel heavy after a while. So I've learned that while silence may feel like the easier path in the short term, over time, it can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and even regret. And I want to help you not be that person. For yourself, we always talk about people playing in our face, and, we have to stop playing in our own faces. Have you ever been in a situation where you wish you had spoken up, but you didn't? It leaves you with that nagging feeling of what if I would have spoke up, or woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't know about y'all, but I do my best, baby. I want to be able to live and say, you know what? I did that. Maybe it was right. Maybe it was wrong, but I can learn and I can live with that. And here's the thing. Our voices, our words, and our truths, they matter. Despite what anybody has told you in the past, I'm telling you today, your voice matters. And I want you to take a moment. Just think about a time when you held back your truth because you thought silence was safer. What would have happened if you had spoken up? Maybe it would have been hard in the moment, but could it have led to greater freedom down the road for you? And I get it. Speaking your truth is scary sometimes. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm continuing to have to do that. But let me tell you, every time you find the courage to speak up, you're reclaiming a little bit more of your power. You're telling the world that you matter, that your thoughts, your feelings, and your needs are important. So let me get personal with you for a second. I spent much of my childhood and my adolescence, for that matter, suffering in silence. And I thought that by staying quiet, I was keeping the peace for everyone else. I didn't speak up. I didn't share my hurt, my trauma, or my needs because I was so focused on making sure that everyone else was comfortable. But here's the thing. I didn't realize it at the time. And while I was keeping the peace for others, I was sacrificing my own. And that silence came at a cost. And that cost was my well-being, my peace, my joy, and my truth. And it wasn't until post-therapy as an adult that I finally understood the weight of my silence. I realized that by keeping everyone else happy, I had neglected myself. And it was a hard truth to face. But once I did, it changed everything for me. I reclaimed my voice, my power, and my peace. And even above all those things, my joy. And now it's my passion to help others break free from that same silence that held me back for so long. So when people ask me questions like, how do you know? It's like you're right in my head. It's like you all in my business, coach. That's why I'm here today, because I know the real, raw truth about silence. And yes, sometimes it feels safer, but over time, it becomes a prison that keeps you from living authentically, from being heard, and from healing. So my mission is to help you understand that while silence may protect you in the short term, speaking your truth is what actually sets you free. So here's my challenge for you. Find one area of your life where you've been silent. Maybe it's at work, in your relationships, or even with yourself. But I want you to start small and take one step toward using your voice. It could be as simple as telling someone how you feel or standing up for what you need. But little by little, you'll see that while silence may feel safer, true freedom comes when you step into your voice. At the end of the day, silence can heal, but it can also hinder. Be mindful of when you need the quiet time for reflection and when you need to speak your truth for growth. You've got this, and I'm cheering for you every step of the way. Don't stop. Don't settle. Keep stepping.